While most larger networks rely on a dedicated server or router to handle DHCP, many managed switches, like the Catalyst 1300, can also serve as a DHCP server. This is especially handy in smaller offices, test environments, or situations where a separate DHCP server isn't available. It can be set up through the Graphical User Interface (GUI) or by using the Command Line Interface (CLI). If you prefer the GUI, click the link in the description. In this episode of Cisco Tech Talk, I'll show you how to configure a DHCP server and create network pools on your Catalyst 1300 switch via CLI next. Take a look at the current VLANs on this switch. You can see I have the default VLAN as well as VLAN 200. I'll create a new one for the DHCP server to use. To do this, enter Global Configuration Mode with the command Configure Terminal. Enter VLAN and then a number for the VLAN. I'll create VLAN 20. You can now assign the VLAN to the right switch port. My PC is plugged into port 7. To jump into interface configuration for that port, I'll type interface gigabit Ethernet 0/7. Ensure the port is set to the access mode. With the command switch port mode access, you can configure the switch port in access mode. Then enter switch port access VLAN 20 to assign it to the new VLAN. Once done, leave interface configuration mode by typing exit. Now, give the new VLAN its own IP address. This address acts as the gateway for all devices on that VLAN. I'll go into interface configuration mode for VLAN 20 with the command interface VLAN 20 and set up the IP address with IP address 20.20.20.1 and a subnet mask of 255.255.255.0. Type exit to get back to the global configuration mode. Before you go any further, ensure DHCP relay is not enabled on your switch. Otherwise, it could cause issues with your DHCP server setup. To disable DHCP relay on this switch, enter No IP DHCP Relay Enabled. Now, you can enable the DHCP server on your switch. Enter IP DHCP Server. The DHCP server is up and running on the switch, but it still needs a defined DHCP pool. This is the range of IP addresses the server will hand out to devices. Start by creating and naming your pool. You can pick any name. I'll name mine IP DHCP Pool Network VLAN 20_pool. Specify the range of IP addresses for this VLAN, lowest to the highest. I'll enter address low 20.20.20.10, high 20.20.20.20. This network will be 20.20.20.0 with a subnet mask of /24. To set the default gateway, I'll enter auto default router. Provide a DNS server. I'll use Google, so I'll enter DNS server 8.8.8.8. You can also add a domain name and set how long each device keeps its address with lease1 for 1 day. To save some IP addresses for devices that should have a static IP, like a printer or a security camera, enter IP DHCP excluded address and the range. I'll enter IP DHCP excluded address 20.20.20.12 to 20.20.20.14. Everything should be set. Check your PC or device on the port. In my case, that's port 7. Be sure it's set to automatically obtain an IP address. With those settings updated, head back to your switch and use Show IP DHCP Binding in Privilege Exec mode to see which addresses have been assigned by the DHCP server. Everything looks good here. Type N to leave configuration mode and then copy running-config, startup-config, and hit enter to confirm. This saves your new configuration. That's it. Now your devices will get the addresses they need automatically through the DHCP server running on your Catalyst 1300 switch. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.